are underground.
This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Trail and Tree Reaction. What I'm looking at today is the red band trailer for It, Welcome to Derry, which is an HBO series based on the It films, directed by Annie Muccioletti, who is, I believe, connected to this series as well. And I should say that I am not particularly fond of the It films. Don't hate them, don't particularly like them either, mainly because he first came to my attention as the director of Mama, which was produced by Guillermo del Toro. And that movie had a lot of heart, so much so that I didn't really care that it was very CGI heavy. Now, let's be clear, I don't hate CGI in and of itself. I prefer practical effects though, because there's something there. That's something CGI can never do. A practical effect gives the actor or actors something to bounce off of. It's not like, I don't know, a floating tennis ball, which for me sounds like a challenge for an actor because they have to act like this absurd looking thing is somehow scary or funny or whatever. Practical effects do some of the heavy lifting for the actor because whatever they're seeing is real. And sure, there might be a bunch of people controlling whatever this thing is, if let's say it's an animatronic of some sorts, off screen, and they know that. Still, they're reacting to something. And that's really important. And I think it helps bring out really powerful performances. After all, if you've seen John Carpenter's The Thing, imagine that movie with CGI. Well, you don't really have to imagine. There was that prequel to The Thing, also titled The Thing. Though the thing is, pardon the pun, the thing is that prequel was done with practical effects. They only came later and slathered on a whole bunch of, I think, unnecessary CGI. So it not only drove up the cost of that film, I think it contributed to it not doing as well as it could have. In any case, let's look at the official trailer for It, Welcome to Derry.
Holy smokes! No way! I love these!
All of the tunnels are underground, where none of the children will ever be found. They wandered away to join the show and lost their way in the world below.
Fear. It settles on every living person it touches like a fog.
They joined the circus and left their town. Now they live here down with the clown. 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 Down with the clown.
Well, that was the red band trailer for Welcome to Derry, and I have no idea why that was a red band trailer. Sure, there's some of the red stuff, but it wasn't particularly violent. And to continue what I was saying earlier, I think Andy Muccioletti had promise, but then he did the It films, which really blew up for him. But there's just so much CGI in them, and very little in the way of practical effects. And while Pennywise in those movies does some really incredible things, you know it's CGI. It feels like CGI. And for me, it takes a better director to make that scary. I find them visually interesting, to be sure, but I don't find them scary at all. And that, for me, is the biggest problem with the It films, and I suspect will be a problem with this series as well. Though I should also mention that I like the idea that they had the army in searching for Pennywise, which is probably the futilest of gestures, but at least there's a recognition that there's something evil here and we need to take it out. I like that idea, though I don't think the series will live up to that trailer. Though what do you think? This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Trailer into Reaction. Do you agree, disagree? Let me know down below. And as usual, consider a like, follow, or buy me a coffee. Peace.